I flew to Cuba during a nationwide power blackout and amidst talks of the United States taking it over, because I want to see the side of the country the rest of the world doesn't get to see, the people. Yesterday I learned that it's common for buildings to collapse suddenly because of improper upkeep.
What is this, bro? You know what this looks like? This looks like, I'm gonna just say it. There are ruins of Rome that are better upkeep than this. This is embarrassing. Like, really, think about it. Like, you go and you look at the Colosseum, hell that better than this.
And today, I'm going to see what it looks like when somebody has no other option but to call one of these abandoned buildings their home. On our way, a lady invited us inside of an old building. She's a teacher.
So this is a first grade.
There's a teacher, but wait, is this a school, a classroom, or a jail?
Classroom.
At first glance, everything seemed normal, until we saw what was being taught. Everything pointed back to the same place, the same people, the same ideas.
This is all America's fault, by the way. America causes them to do this. Yes. Nothing to eat? We only have pesos? Oh my god.
We saw the same thing again later.
Yeah.
Bookstores, libraries, shelf after shelf, telling one version of the story. Even fiction books must take place in communist or socialist worlds. We thought this was very odd. Eventually, we found this.
See, this is the problem that a lot of people never discuss, is that why is it that they need this much control and propaganda and force of, like, ideology? And they force their ideology inside of the vacuum of information, and they don't let anything else in it. The reason why is that they are a hostile occupation. This is not created by a consensus of the people. This is not created for the best interest of the people. That's the reason why they don't allow anything else to criticize them or to go against them.
Skeleton of a building, completely fallen in on itself.
Jesus.
This man is a part of one of the 9 families that live in the ruins of this building. That
9 families live in this? Oh my god.
Just one. His space is modest. Just
oh, what a shithole. God, that sucks. He doesn't even have a computer.
Enough room for him and his wife.
Holy fuck.
Who's been sick for a month with a cough. Of course, there was no
cough for a month.
Electricity.
He was explaining to me that every time it rains, water seeps through and pools on the floor.
Oh my
There's a certain sense of beauty in this community, one that's shadowed by commiseration. And in my video tomorrow, we'll talk to a tobacco farmer who gives 90% of his crop to the government.
We can't complain.
Like, you're not allowed to complain.
Yeah. You can't complain. You're not allowed to complain. Man, that is insane. Like, I didn't even, maybe I should watch this. Nick Hall, who is this guy? I haven't seen his content before. This is the first time I've seen it. Let me go. Actually, I was going to look at one of these. I want to keep it open. Free healthcare? Yeah, clearly. Is this the guy? I don't know if it is or not, but maybe this is it. I have no idea. Either way, I do hope more people talk about this, right? Because this is the Nick's collecting W's recently. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and the Council of Nick. Some respect, man. I came from there. Not everywhere is like this, but it's true. There's too many families living in these conditions. Well, and I think that really, if you look at the ideological, so because a lot of people blame the bad conditions in Cuba on America. They say, well, it's because of American sanctions, it's because of American imperialism, etc. What does that have to do with their schools? What does that have to do with the government killing people that disagrees with them? What does that have to do with them not allowing other political parties? It has nothing to do with that. These are purely ideological. And the reality is that a country that has that much dysfunction in terms of its ideological perspectives obviously is going to have that same level of dysfunction in its economics as well. Of course it will. So the idea that Cuba would be some amazing, great place if, you know, America didn't do X, Y, or Z is total bullshit. The reality is that these have been shitholes forever. They've been, not forever, since the 50s, right? And so they've been shitholes for, you know, the better part of a fucking century. And it's because of the people that run the government. And if that wasn't the case, then why is it that we're not looking at every other instance of this country being dysfunctional that has nothing to do with economics? It's dysfunctional from the top to the bottom. You can't blame everything on the United States. That's what I think. The world needs to see this. Members of the Members of the VIP flotilla of Pablo Iglesias and Hassan Piker throw food at Cuban children to dance while they record videos for their social media networks. The man recording is saying how disrespectful is taking advantage of the misery of the Cuban people to make content. Making a little boy dance just to get a cookie? Taking advantage of Cuban poverty. So, you know what they say? History doesn't necessarily repeat itself, but it does rhyme. This was last patch. This is the new patch. Some things never change, boys. So, if you went to Cuba and you got a special hat, great. Wow.
I basically landed in Cuba and spent every moment that I had. I didn't participate in a lot of the stuff and any of the stuff really that the Progressive International was doing, which is why it's also like additionally funny. While they're on the one hand, they're lying about like the events that took place. On the other hand, they keep saying I was, a principal participant of these events that took place. I wasn't. I was actually hanging out. I didn't do anything with Progressive International, even though I love those guys and they did fantastic work out there. Because I locked in with Belly of the Beast, the independent news outlet in Cuba, one that I really, really leaned into. I mean, they're fucking...
Independent news outlet. Uh-huh. Grok down? Grok down? Well, how can I use... Wait a minute. Well, then how can I know if a video's fake? Okay, that's fine. I'll just use Gemini. It's not a big deal. Okay. Let me see. What was I going to look at? Does Cuba have freedom of press? And someone in Cuba who does journalism oppose and criticize Let's see here, because I thought they didn't. This is my understanding, is that they did not. No. The social communication law, fully implemented in late 2024, this law mandates that all media must be state-owned and controlled. Linked by organizations linked to the Communist Party. Well, wait a minute. Well, then...
As I locked in with Belly of the Beast, the independent news outlet in Cuba.
But it says... I mean, I don't... Yeah, I don't think that's true. Guys, I think this is bullshit. I think he's bullshitting, guys.
One that I really, really leaned into. I mean, they're fucking incredible. Basically, I spent every moment just conducting interviews, like talking to regular Cubans, talking to people that are doing incredible work, and investigating like how this complex system of restrictions has actually harmed Cuban production every step of the way.
You have to understand that because the U.S. had a sanction on Cuba, that makes them kill their journalists. You might not understand this, but the more sanctions they have, the more journalists they have to kill to offset the sanctions. That's how it works.
Kneecap participated in one of the many daily festivals that happen during the day. Okay? That festival that they participated in had Cuban musicians that were also participating in it. It was free for all Cubans to attend, and it was overwhelmingly Cubans that were there. Mm-hmm. It blows my fucking mind that these people can be so cynical and so gross that they think that like regular everyday Cubans don't want to experience fucking joy. It blows my mind. You just don't.
Thank God you're there to make them happy. Thank God. Like, I don't know what they would have been able to do without this. Yeah. Also, by the way, so if the electrical grid is running at, like, let's say 95%, and then you have a group of people that increase it by 10%, wouldn't that just make it go offline? Because, like, now you're overstressing it. So even if you weren't the majority of people there, couldn't you just effectively tip the scales in a way that would make it problematic? Because, like, that's what I would assume. That's what I would guess. Like, if it was barely on the edge to begin with, and then a bunch of people come over, and then they push it over the edge, then, yeah, they weren't the ones that did 100% of it, but they were the causal factor in it collapsing. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, right? I'm not sure. But, like, this is not really a good argument.
Even want to think, like, you literally can see it. You can see it in real time. You can see Cubans dancing, singing, having a good time.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, they must be.
Well, I guess that means that the U.S. sanctions don't bother them, right? Because based off of that same logic. So if there are Cubans that are dancing and happy, then why does the U.S. need to lift the sanctions if they're so happy? It's almost as if a person's random everyday behavior isn't an indication of the politics. It's just
brainwashed. Someone was claiming that they were being bribed with treats.
Well,
and then I come back and I see people on the sidelines trying to do their very best to continue justifying the asphyxiation that we have implemented on this island.
That's right. The Americans have made the Cuban government kill their own people. They're the ones that have made the Cuban government, not take care of their buildings, and force an education and get rid of all political parties. We've done this. This is our fault.
The people died because you morons threw a giant party and sucked up all the electricity. Ooh. These are fucking Cubans.
Ooh.
Man, these are everyday Cubans having a great time on a free concert that was thrown together. And it wasn't just kneecap. It was like, Cuban artists that were also participating in it.
They went there for a poverty publicity tour in order to virtue signal. And the virtue signaling optics went wrong because the power went out and everybody's blaming them. Well, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. That's it. You want to base everything off of optics? That's what happens. It looks really fucking bad when you have a bunch of millionaires from Western countries coming over to Cuba, handing out, Okay, little Pedro, here you go. Here, now don't you spend it all in one place, okay? Just, who the fuck does this? Who the fuck are you kidding me? It's insane.
I say you're a fucking insanely indecent person and you should really think hard about why you're repeating obvious moronic lies that MAGA is spamming on the timeline, vicious scumbag. Star hotel powered by generators while the local hospital goes dark. You are truly, genuinely a psychopath. Wow. This guy is one of the biggest, most troubled, most
he's so
schizophrenic.
Upset. He's schizophrenic.
Vulgar.
He's vulgar.
Demons.
He is a demon
I have ever encountered in my fucking life, and he has the audacity to claim.
Who is this guy? I don't even know who he is. Who is this person? I don't even know who this person is.
That he's a humanitarian and a liberal. Shame on this fucking piece of shit. Shame on you. Un-fucking believable.
Wait, you're a humanitarian? Oh, and you disagree with me going to the country that systematically kills people for going against their government and then poisons and, makes their people starve because they want to perpetuate a governmental system, even though they're being oppressed. Like, you're not going to win against the United States. You're not winning anything by sacrificing more of your people's lives in order to try to push back against the United States. You're just getting more people killed and delaying the inevitable. You're going to lose. You know you're going to lose. That's why they're already going out there and they're like pre-flighting. They're trying to get ahead of this and say like, no, Donald, no, we are not like Maduro. There are no drugs, no, we don't do this. Like, what are they doing?
Believable. I wasn't even in Cuba when I tweeted this, for the record. Cubans are regular people. Cubans are regular ass people. They enjoy music. They want to fucking go to a concert. They want to live their lives.
And that's what's so sad, because the government there oppresses the fuck out of them. It's terrible. Well, hopefully they fix it.
In spite of the fucking...
Hopefully Trump can pack them up and then Cuba can be great again. Make Cuba great again. You guys like the sound? I like the sound of that.
Ridiculous blockade, right?
Yeah.
In spite of the crippling blockade. This is...
Cuba's problems started last month.
The Kneecap Boys participating in a public free concert that was put together for Cuban artists, okay? And they were like, oh, we're here. Let's do it. We'll also participate in this concert. So they also gave a free performance for every Cuban that was in attendance. And these people... And this concert is just mostly Cubans, right? Like, it's just a lot of people were like, oh, they did a concert for just like the wealthy fucking tourists or whatever. No, it's just mostly Cubans. You fucking idiot. Did you hang at the Malecon at night? People are dancing, making music all night long. It's beautiful. Yeah. I didn't. I went to just a couple different like bars.
Because they can't afford a fucking computer to sit at home and watch anime all fucking day. That's the reason why. You think that they're dancing and jumping around like because they want to? I'm sure some of them are. But I'm sure there's a lot of them that wish that they could just sit on the computer like we do and watch anime and jerk off. But they can't do that.
The first night I went to a bar with the Kneecap Boys, it was awesome. I had a great time there. We just dumped a lot of cash to the best of our ability.
Dozens of dollars.
On everyday Cubans.
Yes.
But it was, it was much better, in my opinion, to just like go to like regular bars and regular restaurants that were, operating in spite of the circumstances, because
of
it
course
was...
they're going to operate. Like, what do you think that they're not going to have? Of course they're going to have restaurants.
There were just like real regular Cubans there.
Yeah. No, that's it. It's super fun watching this. Yeah, I don't understand this at all. And like, so he's trying desperately to shift the narrative away from the fact that a bunch of rich, privileged Westerners did poverty tourism in Cuba, and they tried to gas up a government that systematically kills and oppresses their own people. Well, it must be a day that ends in Y. Before it was Venezuela, after that it was Iran, and now it's shifted to Cuba. And I guess maybe afterwards they might go to one of the old regulars. Like, maybe they'll start simping for Russia again, right? Maybe we'll go back to China. Maybe we'll find another example for it.